welcome our Arena customers. My name is Anthony John. I'm the Director of Product Management at Arena Solutions. Today, I'm very excited to introduce our new partnership with BrightReps. Mike Moon, Sandy Maptar, and Matt Moon are here today to discuss the new Arena BrightReps integration for Salesforce. Before we get started, let's have some quick introductions. Matt, please tell us your role at BrightReps.
Hi, my name is Matt Moon. I'm the head of product at BrightReps, and I manage our product roadmap, design, and marketing.
Thank you, Matt. Sandy?
Hi, Anthony. Thank you for inviting us today. I'm head of operations as well as customer success for BrightReps.
Thank you, Sandy. And Mike?
Thanks, Anthony. I'm Mike Moon, the co-founder and CEO at BrightReps. We're very excited to be working with Arena, and prior to BrightReps, I worked with SunPower for the last 9 years, and at SunPower, we manufactured high-quality solar panels and other related technology, and I was in charge of the team that was responsible for monitoring the performance of our equipment and ensuring that our customers were getting the energy they expected. And one of the ways we maintained such high levels of quality at SunPower was using Arena. It was the main system of record, really a world-class tool for managing quality of products. And so we're very excited to show off the integration that we've built.
Thank you, Mike. With that, I'll turn over to Mike to take us through the Arena BrightReps integration for Salesforce. Mike, take it away.
Great. Thanks, Anthony. So first, a little context into why we built this integration and what we're trying to accomplish. So one of the things that we've seen today is that customer expectations are higher than ever. And a lot of this is due to, in the consumer world, there's a lot of on-demand options, everything from rides to food. And it extends into what customers expect from companies they purchase products from. And so what that means is now companies need to be very responsive, and they need to deliver high-quality products and very fast resolution of issues. And it's important not only because customers have high expectations, but with social media, there's a broader voice. So if you have an issue and it goes unaddressed, that one customer can really leave a lot of negative feedback to a company. And so we want to help companies bridge that gap and meet these high levels of expectations that customers have today. Thankfully, one of the changes we've also seen is that in addition to customer expectations rising, there's a lot more options now for companies to get tools that are really purpose-built for the different departments. In the old world, you used to have companies with a single ERP or CRM, and every department would kind of have to find a module or an add-on for that to make it work for their needs. But oftentimes, we see that as trying to fit a square peg in a round hole, because these different departments, they have unique needs. And a quality department is a perfect example of that. And Arena is an example of a world-class tool for these departments and solution for these departments. And so it's a better model for these companies to allow these departments to have the tools that were meant and built for their needs. Now, the one challenge that this introduces is these tools don't necessarily talk to each other. These different platforms don't necessarily communicate. And so that's where BrightReps comes in. We understand that support teams and other teams will have their platforms, but in order to facilitate that rapid communication within the company across departments, we need integrations. And we want to make that very easy. And so with Arena, what we've built is an integration into the Salesforce case object, where an agent that's working within Salesforce can instantly create records within the Arena system of record for the quality team and also get information back, so they can see where it is in the quality process, so they can provide accurate information back to the customers without having to leave their case object, without having to manage multiple browser tabs. And so let me go ahead and jump into a quick demo of how that works. So for those of us that use Salesforce, you may recognize the screen. This is a case object within the Salesforce environment. You can see on the left, these are case details and you can see multiple fields here. There's contact information for the customer. There's also custom fields that companies have the ability to set up, and you can see here we've got fields around a part number, lot number, serial number, etc. Now on the right, this is our app, which is called BrightReps Sidekick. And the way that BrightReps has organized the app is we really try to build these integrations into the process flows that support reps are following. So you can see right off the bat, we have a certain number of suggested flows that are specific to the case that this is being launched on. In addition, each one of these flows is organized under a category. And so on the demo today, I'm going to show an arena process flow that will involve opening a new quality process record. So let's go ahead and see how that looks. So I'll select the arena category. I'll select the process to create a non-conforming materials report. Now, right off the bat, you can see that what we're starting with is steps in a process. And the reason for this is we want to give the support rep context around what criteria might require opening a quality process to ensure they've gone through the troubleshooting steps. All of this is completely customizable by the company. And this is just an indicative example of how it might look. So let's say the agent within Salesforce has gone through these initial basic troubleshooting steps. Now they can mark this as complete. And let's say that this did not resolve the issue. And so they select no here. What this does is it takes them down one of two decision branches. And now in the second decision branch in this example scenario, let's say the support rep needs to escalate this to Tier 2 and see if Tier 2 can resolve the issue. And we acknowledge that sometimes these cases have long lives and need to get handed off from one person to the other. So one piece of functionality is we allow the support rep to leave notes within the steps themselves to provide context to whoever picks this up, if they're picking it up within the middle of a process flow. So I'm going to leave a sample note and just say Tier 2 could not resolve. And I'm going to save that, and now that note will be saved with this step in the process. So I'm going to mark this as complete, and now that Tier 2 could not resolve, we're going to say, yes, we do need to open a non-conforming materials report. So when I select yes, now we get to the arena step. And this is an integrated step with the arena quality module. And so when I go here, what I can do is I can enter a name for the quality process. Let's say this is a battery issue. I can enter a description for the quality process, and this is a smart watch not charging. And notice that these are the only two fields I'm entering, and the reason for that is all the other fields that the quality process needs to be initiated are automatically mapped behind the scenes to these fields within Salesforce. So when I click Create Quality Process, what this does is it gets the latest values out of Salesforce and it maps them to the corresponding fields within Arena, and it communicates through the API, and it automatically opens that record. And once the record is open, what it returns now is the number of that new record, in this case NCMR 135, and it also returns the current status of it. So this is the current step that it's at within Arena. In addition to that, at any point, an agent within Salesforce can get a snapshot view of all the fields, and these are all the attributes available within Arena, so that if they need to provide an updated status to the customer or want to get a peek at what's going on with it, they can see that directly from their Salesforce case object. Now let's go take a peek at that quality process that we just created within Arena itself. So remember the process number, and if we go look that up, we can see now we get kicked right into a new quality process record. It has the field that came over automatically from Salesforce. It didn't require any copying, pasting, any switching over between browser tabs. And what we've also done is we've automatically appended a link back to the record where this originated from. So you can see right here at the bottom of the first step, we have a URL, and if you click on it, this takes you right back into Salesforce, directly back to the case record that initiated this quality process within Arena. And you can see that our app remembers that there is already an in-progress flow for creating an NCMR. So if I click on that, what that does is it takes me right back into where I left off. It gets the latest status of that quality process within Arena. So if this has progressed, it'll show the current step that it's at. And similarly, if any of the attribute values have changed, the support rep can get a snapshot at the new values that, without leaving their Salesforce case.
Yeah, this looks awesome. And to be honest, I can certainly look back at my career very early on, and I was a support rep, and I can see, how this would play in to say, I don't have to leave the application I know and just quickly look at a case that came in and then just sit there in the application and create a quality request and send it over to the product team and the quality team. This looks really awesome. And I can see all of the status within the application. I don't have to go into Arena or another application, which I'm not familiar with, right?
Absolutely.
Now that brings, I'm pretty sure our customers are wondering this too, right? That brings the question of how easy is it to set up, and what does it take? Does it need coding? Can you take us through that?
I'm glad you've asked. Thank you. So let me show you how easy this is to set up. And we've really tried to build BrightReps in order to be accessible to support teams. And support teams, we, in our experience, don't often have access to developers. Developers can become very expensive. Integration projects can become very expensive, especially when they're custom integrations. So we wanted this to be easy enough for a support team to configure entirely on their own with no code required. So you can see the basic first step for editing an integration is just entering the workspace ID. This is easily available within Arena, and that provides the initial information that we need to communicate to that quality record. The second piece is actually in building the flow itself. And so you can see these are all the different categories that we have created for different flows within the app. If we go into the Arena category, we can see these two process flows, one for Zendesk and one for Salesforce. And we click on the Salesforce version, and now what we see is the process flow laid out in a contextual view. So what this means is that we can see a snapshot of all the different branches that support rep could be going down. And we think this is important because what it does is it connects that static process flow view, something that you might put together in Visio or a flow charting tool, with the actual app, with the tool that support rep is using. So really you can view each one of these steps here as a little miniature app. And by building a process flow, you're piecing those together.
Like a decision tree, right?
Yeah,
you can just go through those questions, yeah.
And so, and if we want to see how all these steps render to the support rep, that's what we have here on the left. So, when basic troubleshooting did not resolve the issue and we've escalated and we've had to create the NCMR, this is actually the step where that NCMR is configured. So what you can see is that we provide an interface, and there's tooltips for all the fields that can help the user configure this easily. We allow them to select from all their possible quality process templates. So this doesn't just work for NCMRs, it also works for complaints, and any custom template that a user or company may have created within Arena. In addition, we've attempted to make the process of mapping an Arena attribute to a Salesforce field as intuitive as possible. So what we see here on the left, these are all the attributes on that quality process template that are available. And on the right, this is a drop-down of all the Salesforce fields in that user's CRM instance. This is specifically on the case object. So what this allows you to do is take any field that's available on the case, whether it's a standard field or a custom field, and easily map it to a corresponding field within Arena. So when you go and click that button, all this information gets seamlessly transferred automatically. No copy and paste, allows the support rep to work quickly and efficiently, which is really one of the goals of BrightReps.
Great, yeah, I know I can definitely see value in this, right? And so So what I'm gathering here is no coding, you just come into the app and just quickly drag and drop and edit a few steps and select a few template and other properties that comes over from Arena, and off you go, and then you have an integration up and running, right?
Exactly, and if you need to modify this, it's very easy. So for example, if we wanted to put this escalate to Tier 2 underneath, this does require an NCMR decision branch. We can drag and drop that down. And when you do that, it automatically updates the rendering of the process on the right. So you can really see in real time how you're modifying this. And you notice that at this point, we have the option to publish those changes or discard those changes. When you publish those changes, what that's going to do is update all the apps that your support team is using so that they're instantly going to be on the same page with the new process. And we think that, rapid communication within support teams of when that process changes is also very important. And if you want to add a new step, that's as easy as clicking to add a step and selecting from a library of options. You can see here's the library step for creating the quality process. We do have other integrations available within the library, and we'll be continuing to add more of these as we go. But, as I mentioned, we've intended to make this as really as straightforward and user-friendly as possible.
Awesome. Thank you, Mike, for sharing how easy it is to set up an integration with Salesforce, right? And it's as straightforward as you saw there. And I can definitely see, our customers can draw tremendous value from having an integration where data is flowing back and forth between these two applications without having to go, find a specific person who's involved or sending them an email, and all that conversation gets lost, right?
Great, and so just to recap, really what we're targeting with the benefits of this integration is easy visibility across departments within the company, so your support team and your quality team have instant visibility into the same information, so there's no lapses in communication between them. Streamlining the process itself, this is allowing support reps to quickly and efficiently resolve customer issues while getting the information to where it needs to go in other department systems of record. And ultimately, we look at this resulting in reduced costs to companies. And this is obviously time savings as part of this, but faster transfer of information leading to reduced errors, higher product quality, increased revenue, and really significant return on investment.
Awesome. Thank you, Mike, for sharing how easy it is to set up an integration with Arena and Salesforce. Right? I can definitely see our customers drawing tremendous value from the integration, and it's as easy as just go into the setup screen and then just do a few clicks and select a few templates, and off you go, and you're up and ready, right? It sounds great. So now to cover some questions. So we have a customer who has been using this, right, for their CRM application, and Kinza reports that they've been able to get 90%, right, an increase in their turnaround time. So could you take us through their journey, what they did and how they got to that 90%?
Sure. So Kinza is a fantastic company. They make a high-quality, very high-tech thermometer. That's and I have 3 kids personally, so I understand the importance of keeping them healthy and monitoring their health. But one of the challenges that their support team was running into is they had 3 different platforms they needed to tie together, and they had processes that were pretty frequent that required going and touching all 3 of those different platforms. And those were Shopify, ShipStation, and Arena. So what we've done is not only allow them to open Arena records straight from their CRM, but they can also order replacement units from their Shopify store and generate return shipping labels so that their customer can return that product back to them so their quality team can investigate whether there's an actual defect or not. And it's through that combination of integrations, not just one tool, but now 3 tools, that we're able to take a process that used to take anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes and bring that down into less than 1. And that's really where you see the time savings benefit.
Wonderful. So thank you, Mike. So I was actually going to ask you another question around other integrations, and you mentioned that you have integrations to Shopify and another application already, and that list is growing, right? Could you You know, tell us more about that?
Yeah, that's correct. So what we've built is a platform that's highly extensible, and we'll be continuing to add to our integration library over time, and largely actually based on customer feedback. So as we engage with customers for integrations to one of the platforms or solutions that they use, we'll be constantly listening to what are the other platforms they need to interact with as part of their support process. And the way we've actually built our pricing structure is that we have a simple price, it's flat price of $20 per user per month, and that includes access to all of the integrations in our library. So as we continue to add more of these over time, we're looking to include that as part of the same simple flat monthly price.
Great, great.
Yeah, I would also add that even if you don't need an integration, you can still build out workflows on our tool. So even if you have a department that just needs some simple steps and decision trees without an integration to another tool, that is also part of the package.
Oh yeah, that's tremendous value or great value for customer support reps to go through it. Did you do this? Did you check this, right? And then before reporting the problem. Yeah.
Exactly.
That sounds great, Mike. So here's a question for Matt. Now, how would a customer get started? How would they engage BrightReps to get an integration?
That's a great question. So getting set up for Sidekick on Salesforce is super simple. All you have to do is go into the Salesforce App Exchange, download the BrightReps Sidekick component, and then once you have that downloaded, edit the page for your case record and simply drag the app to the right-hand side, which will then allow it to appear as a sidebar. Then once it's downloaded as a sidebar, you simply go in and sign up within the app. We'll prompt you to authenticate using Salesforce, and then we'll prompt you for your company name. At that point, you're set up to use it. You simply go into our admin portal, and as Mike showed, you would simply go in, you would create your steps and your processes, and you could just determine what fields you wanted to map over to Arena, provide the Arena environment ID and your credentials, and you're all set up to go. So really just a matter of a 10-minute setup.
And I'll also add that, we're really here to help with any setup questions as well. We have a chat option on our website. Our email address is here, support@brightreps.com. We're very happy to walk people through the process, answer any questions they have, and again, continue to collect feedback, because we really are looking to learn about how companies are managing their support processes, where their pain points are, and how BrightReps can come in and help solve that.
All right. I think that's all the time we have for questions today. And I'm really excited about this partnership and this new integrated solution we have for our customers with Salesforce integrated to Arena, and the value it can bring to our customers without having to go back and forth between these two applications. And I also want to thank our customers for listening in on this webinar. We look forward to discussing this new integrated solution with you. If you would like to learn more, please contact mike.moon@brightreps.com or support@brightreps.com. You can also contact your Arena sales representative, and we can connect you to the appropriate person at BrightReps. Thank you.